Hi, this is John from caveofprogramming.com. In this tutorial, we're going to look at reorganizing the main function, because usually you want your main function to be something where you can easily see at a glance what's happening. You want it to be pretty short, and this is really long and straggling and horrible, so we're going to reorganize it. Before we do, I just want to mention probably about three things. One is that if we look at this bitmap, this fractal does look a bit pixely, and I'm not sure if I've got some subtle bug in my code or it's some artifact of the way I'm mapping color or what. I suspect it's possible to make it look better than this by changing the code somehow, but I don't know how. So if you do figure out how we can make this look less pixely, short of actually putting it into a graphics program and anti-aliasing it, then do let me know. But I'm going to carry on because it's not a serious bug, and it does look pretty good, and I'm not sure if there even is a bug or if this is really the best we can get with this kind of code. So another thing is I'm going to just remove the debug output from zoomlist.cpp. So if we go to zoomlist.cpp, we've got this cout. Let's just remove that now, and also get rid of include iostream at the top, just using Command D or Control D to remove lines there. And finally, I think there was one other thing I wanted to say, which I've totally forgotten. So I'm not going to worry about it. It wasn't anything important. Maybe it will come to me later on. Okay, so let's just carry on. What I'm going to do is create a new class, and I'm going to put this code into various methods of the new class. So let's right-click let's right-click the project here, go to class, and I'll call this fractal creator, and we'll click finish. We'll check that we want a constructor and destructor here. Now, I've been through this already and decided kind of what methods to give it. And I think the ones we'll need a void calculate iterations. And this will contain the first nested loop from our main method. We're also going to create a void draw fractal. This is going to contain the second nested loop from our main method. And we're going to have a void write bitmap, and we're going to pass a string file name to this. So we need to also include string.h. So actually it's just called string, if I remember rightly. And we're going to say using namespace standard. I think, yeah, maybe there's one more method that we should add. Maybe we should have a void add zoom. And that's going to take a const zoom reference, which we'll call zoom. I think those are all the methods we're going to use for the moment. So if you want a challenge now, then a really good one would be first take a backup of your existing program. That's important. And then see if you can get rid of the stuff in main.cpp and put it in these methods, so get rid of everything from main.cpp, add it all to the methods that we've got in our fractal creator. One thing also is that I'm going to make the constructor take parameters int width and int height. So by the time you've finished, your main function should just consist of a bunch of calls to these functions, and after that you can output the text finished. So what I'll do in the rest of this video is I'll simply implement stubs for those functions. So I'm not going to do anything really interesting here. I'm just going to put the stubs in main.cpp, in fractalcreator.cpp. So you can stop watching now if you don't want to see that. But I usually put all the code that I write in my videos, because before, when I've missed out some step that seemed easy to me, I've got lots of complaints about it, so I don't do it anymore. Let's say int width, int height, and then we can just copy these method stubs here and go to fractalcreator.cpp, paste them in. We need to say that they're all members of fractalcreator.cpp, all members of the Fractal Creator class. And we need these brackets after every one as well. So I'm just going to paste them in and then format it afterwards. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Format that. Put some space between them because we want them spaced out a bit. And now the task is basically to fill in these methods. We could go to main.cpp and include here fractal creator.h, and then hopefully we should be able to compile that. Let's just build it. So we've got some errors here. Unknown type zoom. We just need to include another header here, zoom.h for the moment in fractal creator.h. And if I build this now, it finishes. Okay, so your task, if you want this exercise, is to fill in these methods by copying and pasting code from main and changing and rearranging things where necessary. And we'll tackle that in the next video. So until next time, happy coding.